And new at 6 tonight, Oregon's iconic network of trails is being threatened by federal cuts. That's according to the nonprofit Oregon Trailkeepers of Oregon, rather. Katu is diving into what that could how that could impact Oregon's crown jewel this season. Katu's Victor Park is at the live desk with more on this, and Victor, you're hearing about all the changes that hikers can expect on the trail.
A lot of changes they're talking about, yes, Barry. And to give you some perspective, volunteers with Trailkeepers of Oregon take care of the basics. We're talking about keeping the trails clean and making sure there is no excess mud. But there are also more complex care like building or restoring paths. But as you imagine, all that costs money. Now, they are anticipating losing $500,000 of grants. Now, this means you could see changes coming to popular trails within the city of Portland, to the Columbia River Gorge, and even southern Oregon. Trailkeepers of Oregon's executive director says the federal government has not signed off on funds that had been promised to them, something that is usually done in January.
In order for us to plan weeks and months ahead for a work plan of trail parties, starting in the valley, starting in the lowlands, working our way up to alpine zones throughout the early summer, late summer. We can't do that if we don't have these funding mechanisms in place, signed and executable. And they are not signed and executable at this point.
Again, as we've reported, the Forest Service is dealing with significant cuts. Workers are being fired or taking early retirement deals. The nonprofit says they can fill those gaps, but only if they have the proper funding and volunteers. So as a result, Trailkeepers of Oregon thinks that your hiking experience is going to be different this year and into the future. Well, tonight at 11, we're going to dive into what the nonprofit says you can do to save what many call Oregon's joy and pride. At the live desk, I'm Victor Park.